Welcome to Season 2 of Unformed Podcast. This time it looks a little bit different. So much has changed from behind the scenes, but the heart of Unformed remains always the same. So here it is, Episode 1 with the incredible Dayanny. I'm very happy to have you in the studio with me today. It's very personal as well to have you as the first guest for Season 2 because you embody everything we stand for at Unformed Podcast. You are this perfect mix between power and warmth, and you embody strength and kindness at the same time.
Yes.
So I am very happy to have you in the studio.
I'm honored. That pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much.
To start off with, what got you interested in boxing?
Great question. I started boxing when I was 15 years old. But the reason I started into boxing was because I was trying to solve my anger management that I had when I was a teenager. I would say I was a tough kid, dealing with my parents being broke up, not many friends. I suffered bully big time when I was a kid, also within family. So with time, I was just, I needed to find something to align or maybe to focus that anger, that rebel attitude, I would say. So my father put me into a boxing gym when I was around 15, 16 years old. And I fell in love right there because of the coach.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why did you fall in love? Because of the coach?
Because the way he was coaching, he was very old guy, very kind, very firm. I think I mirror a lot the way I coach based on how he was coaching us. I think he could understand what the kids were going through within their families. You know, I think was some sort of like, hey kids, I'm going to show you how martial arts is done, but also I'm going to turn into another kid from inside, from within. And I think I was feeling a lot more loved, heard, and seen in the gym rather than at home. So that was the connection right there.
It's incredible how when a place as a boxing club that is full of, I'll say, strength and power becomes a safe space.
Yes.
So you felt safe being in the ring,
yes,
rather than outside of the ring.
100%.
Wow. And when you started boxing as a girl, how was the reaction of the people around you? Was it very common to be a girl in a boxing club?
There was a few girls around me, but obviously, as usual, a lot more men. I think when you're a kid or just a teenager, it doesn't matter the sex, if you're a female or male. I think people will, the parents just putting them here just probably to waste time, spend some time, learn some different skills, or just to maybe work on their mindset. And I think with me, it was a bit of everything. So I didn't have that much, how can I say, I never thought, this is a male sport or is a male industry. What am I doing here? And to be really honest with you, Hiba, since my childhood, I always had that masculine energy within. So I felt I was in the right place. I felt I was like, you know what? Here I can be literally myself and nobody's going to judge me. Wow. And that was really good.
And that means that the idea that there is a male sport and a female sport is not really something that is born with the kids. And it's not something that only males are in the ring and girls are doing some other types of sports.
Absolutely.
So you didn't feel you were in the wrong place, or why is everyone males and I'm just, for example?
Not at all. I was actually feeling inspired. I wanted to go back every time. I was doing 3 times a week, and every time it was time for me to go back to the gym, I was excited. That was the first thing that I was never late for it.
Wow.
Everything else I was like, I can wait 5-10 minutes. I don't care. But for my boxing, plus discipline was a big thing. So the coach was very strict with that. Be on time, and if you're running late, you're going to be punished for it. So we didn't want to be punished.
Wow.
Yes.
And you are very well known in the gym as the Lioness.
Correct.
Where did this name come from?
Great question. So when I went to, because I moved to Australia when I was 23 years old. So, sorry, 26. So that was 2013. So I went there to spend only 6 months. The plan was only to learn English and go back home. But I fell in love with the country and I made incredible friends. I was improving my English. And then I started getting jobs, getting paid, and just getting familiar with the place. And then I would say maybe 2 or 3 years later, boxing came back to my life, but this time as a job. This time as an opportunity to be an assistant coach. So I was coaching, and until then, my name was just Dai, Coach Dai or Dayanny, whatever. Then this opportunity to fight came in. It was a white-collar boxing. It was a very nice event for a charity event. And then you had to have a name, a boxing name. And then I'm here talking, back in the days, I was talking to my boyfriend, and I was like, what boxing name can I, what is my fighter name? And he's like, well, that's something, only you can have it. You can have to find, it has to be something that represents you fully. And I thought about it. I was like, I'll tell you that. You're going to laugh now, but I'm a big fan of Lion King, the movie. That's actually my favorite movie, to be honest. And all my cats and dogs, they were named Nala, Simba. Even now, I have a cat, her name is Nala. So I was like, I got it. My name is going to be Lioness. And I'll tell you exactly why. Because if you actually look for the personality of the lioness, the way she runs the jungle, she's very nurturing, she's very powerful. She's the one who goes hunting. She's the protective one and super powerful. And if she needs to slap the king, she will do it and he will just, head down and be like, yes, queen, it is what it is. So I was like, you know what? Lioness it is, because I'm this strong, tall woman. I don't see myself as much as this feminine, delicate kind of woman. So I was like, Lioness is going to represent exactly how my personality is. And boom, it sticks like a glue. Yeah, yeah.
What are the biggest misconceptions that you find in the ring or you would like to change about boxing generally, especially female coaches?
Well, I think women should be more part of it. They should understand that this field is not just for men. Don't be scared to get, I would say, in a very close contact striking sport. It's actually a lot, I tend to work a lot more with the mental and with the confidence coming from inside, empowering them rather than just the skill itself. It's a ladder if you actually pay attention. A lot of people come to my class, and including females, some of them, they're like, wow, I never thought that actually a boxing class would be like this. And some men also, they came and said, you know what, I never thought I was going to be able one day to throw a punch or take a punch. But not just that, my confidence now is just another level. Every time I leave your class, I feel like I'm a different man or a different woman. And that's what I want to bring into the boxing sport.
That's amazing. And talking about the psychological part of boxing, they say you win or lose the fight before the battle starts.
Correct.
Because it's here.
Yes.
How does it work? And how do you prepare your students for something like that? Because it requires so much mental focus or mental strength.
Yes.
And it taps on the belief that if you believe you're winning or you believe you're going to lose, you're right in both ways, because it happens how you believe in it. Of course, the practice and the training has a lot to do with it. But how does it work with you, and how do you prepare people to go in the ring with that mental toughness?
Great question. First things first, we need to check on people. When people come, sometimes people come broken inside. And we don't know, right? Because they don't share their personal lives. But since I have this sort of gift that I can read people very well, I can sense their energy, their aura. I could tell that some of them, they come because they want to release something. Most of them, they want to release some sort of pain. And if you actually work, if you're a real coach, if they work with the confidence first, with the mental, before we reach the muscles, then the real work starts right there. We have to follow steps, Hiba. It's not like come here, you do the exercise, warm up, put the gloves on, let's spar or let's punch the bag, whatever. No, no, no. All the work, the pre-workout starts here, mental toughness. And that's asking the right questions, preparing them. I like to ask people when they come to my class, why do you want to do boxing? That's very important. I want to know. Is that for fitness? Are you battling something? Would you like to fight? Do you want to maybe be an amateur fighter? What is it? Questions get people to reveal what you really want to know. If you're a coach and you know what you're looking for as an answer, you will ask the right questions and you're going to work from there. And everyone will come with different perspectives with what they want to do about boxing. And I will always focus on the confidence and empowerment. That's where I get the real fighters right there.
Wow. And how do you teach them how to deal with fear? The fear of getting there in the ring and the possibility of getting punched.
Yeah.
How does this work?
Look, when people say, I'm scared to take a punch in the face, you know what I say? The only way to lose the fear is getting punched in the face. In life, it's the same. If you don't fall, you don't know how to get up. Not necessarily you have to fall to learn how to get up, but most of the time you get up stronger after, some disappointments, I would say. So I think boxing has a lot to do. That's what I say to my students. Boxing is much like the way life, goes through. Forward, punch forward, move forward, think positive. It's completely normal to be afraid. It's completely normal to have fear. We have fear all the time. Even professional fighters, before they step into their fight of their lives, to win championships, belts, whatever, they are nervous. They have fear. This is normal. We are human. Impossible to not be.
How do you conquer that fear in the mind?
Working a lot on self-belief. You have to have that pep talk. I say to my fighters, look, the emotional control, I cannot teach you that. This is something that comes here. And I don't have the power to touch your heart or put or take it out something from there. You're going to have to maybe look at yourself in the mirror and be like, okay, why am I doing this? Who am I? What am I bringing out of this? Who I want to become afterwards? And then when you have this answer, you're going to get in the ring. That's why I say to my fighters, when you're fighting, you're not fighting your opponent. You're fighting your fears. You're fighting your doubts. You're fighting your self-doubt. You're fighting the pain that comes from childhood, traumas. Your ex-girlfriend, your ex-boyfriend dumped you, cheated on you. You're fighting that. You're fighting that pain. So let it all out. Doesn't matter what the other guy, the other girl's going to do against you. It's always you versus you. So when you master that here and here, that's the coach is done. That's when I say, halas, I can go home now.
I love the way that you are putting things. What I personally found is that the gym life or the workout life or the sports life is really helping me in my personal life, because when you become really strong in the gym and really committed and you're really consistent, you have that mental strength of, I'm gonna get it done no matter how. I'm not really sure how. I'm not sure when and what are the means that I need to get it done, but somehow it's gonna get done.
Correct.
So how do you also deal with the defeat in the ring?
I mean, life is all about learning, progressing, dealing with losses and dealing with winnings. I would say I've been defeated many, many times. Not always my life has been strong, perfect, shining, confident. I had to build that. I always say that confidence is built when you put on the work, when you work on yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, financially. Like you said, consistency and commitment is very important for your internal growth. So learning how to get defeated, that's something very important that I also say to myself and to my fighters. Learn how to lose sometimes. It's important. You learn. There's no losses. Even if you go in the ring and you lost a fight, you didn't lose anything. You learned, and when you learn, you win.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you feel that acting strong or pretending to be strong and actually being strong in the ring is the same thing?
No. Some things in life you can't fake. There's no such a thing. I think when you step into something that is gonna take you to another level, when you're ready to step into a battle that is unknown for you, it's just like poker. All in, or I will flip the cards. There's no like, I will pretend. Sometimes people go to the gym and they will pretend like they will lift up weights or they run on treadmills. They will do it a little bit and they're thinking they're doing enough. When you go into martial arts, there's no like, I'm going to pretend, I'm going to do a little bit, and then maybe, inshallah, it will go right. No, you're going to get knocked out. So or you go prepared, knowing that you still cannot have the results you want, or you go for the kill and you get the results.
How do you know that you're strong enough? Because when you're stepping in that ring, you can only understand or have an idea of how strong is your opponent. But up until you're there, taking that punch, you don't really know.
Yeah.
So how do you know that you're strong enough to do that?
I mean, you put on the work, right? Before you go there, you have long, endless hours of training, mental training, physical training, psychological training. To begin with, a fighter will only step in the ring and fight when the coach says he's ready, not the other way around. My fighters come to me and say, Coach, I want to fight. I'll let you know when you're ready. In the meantime, keep training. Okay. So when you get there, you will know you're going to have already that confidence, that empowerment, that fulfillment. You know what? I've done a lot of work here. Some of them going to say, I think I'm ready. Some of them will say, I am ready. And then the only way to find out is when you hear the bell. Ding! Fight starts. Life starts. Sometimes you're going to come across as cocky. I'm ready. I'm going to win. You know, I've done the work. I'm unbeatable, unshakable, unbreakable, whatever it is. But sometimes that's just, that could be defense mechanism working in your brain, giving you that undefeated mindset. I won't lose no matter what. Not about the fight itself, but the battles I have within my own demons. So I did the work. I will step in the ring. I will step outside. And when I say the ring, is because we're talking about boxing. But if you actually translate that to life, it's pretty much the same. When you go for a job interview or when you start a relationship, it's very hard for us to open up the heart fully. Am I going to get hurt? Is it going to be good for me? Is it going to cheat on me? That's your traumas. Those are the things that being carried on from the past. Same thing. When you put on the work, doesn't matter what the other guy or the other girl is going to perform in the ring. Again, it's you versus you.
Wow. Have you ever questioned your strength when you went in that ring?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we are humans. We don't have superpowers. I wish I was like a part of the, how you call it, Avengers.
You're kind of a bit.
I mean, some people, you know what, Hiba? I think in Australia I used to be called confidence symbol. And I think I only reached that when I really, really, really did the work and I stopped caring what people going to think about me. Winning or losing a battle, looking good or not looking good, making your expectations or not making it. You know, I wake up and I look myself in the mirror and I'm like, damn, I'm amazing. I am fantastic. And look, I can be a few kilos over, a few kilos down. My hair can be messy or not. I might be looking good or not. But every day I'm grateful. I'm grateful for being awake. I'm grateful for being alive. I'm grateful for being able to inspire people. I'm grateful for being in a field where I can coach greater things more than just boxing itself. So, yes, I believe when you actually do that work and see yourself as strong enough, even when you are in your lower days, you won.
So boxing is like a therapy in disguise for you.
200%.
And you think that it will help everyone as much as it helped you?
I don't think boxing is for everyone, just like jiu-jitsu is not for everyone, kickboxing is not for everyone, skydiving is not for everyone. People can try. People can give it a go. But once they find their passion, and that's the word right there, if you find a passion and you pass that phase of, ooh, this is hard. Oh, this is tough. Oh, I'm going to have to take some punches in the face. Oh, I'm going to have to go through some defeating moment. If you pass that and you continue, you're ready to go.
Most of the times when we discuss boxing and kickboxing, it's always that it's a man there, not a woman there. And many times, even with the people that are trying to be as nice as possible, they kind of have it internally that boxing isn't really for women. And how do you reply to something like that, that boxing is not for women?
Come to my class and I will show you otherwise. That's what I say. I mean, I always say, man, I am a female boxing coach. Everything is possible. And there are a lot of great female boxing coaches out there, and not just coaches, fighters. Come on, So
when you step in that field, or when you stepped in that field, did you feel that there was less expectations from you than a man? Like, did you feel at any point that you had to prove more that you're worth it, or you're worth being there?
Great questions. I didn't think I had to prove anything, but I think from the people who hired me, they had no doubt what I was going to bring to the table. But the people coming to get things from me, to learn from me, especially men, they were like, the coach is a woman? Nah. And then people outside, hey, before you judge, go give it a go. Boom. One more member. Another one, female coach. Now, next one, man, the best class I've ever had. So I think with me, what happened is, not just for me, I think every female within martial arts will go through that. People will expect you to be the prey until they realize you're the lioness. When you go into the jungle, people are like, oh, look, another prey. Nah. And then they were like, give me a minute. I'm going to show you my roar. And then things change. When people come to my class, I don't have to prove anything. I will just simply be me, and I'm going to give them what they're expecting. A great workout, a set of different skills. I'm going to work on your confidence. You're going to leave there feeling empowered, confident, stronger. And for sure, if you don't come back for whatever reason, it's okay. At least I know that that class was important for you because I gave you my all. So nothing to prove.
Honestly, this reminds me of all the talks that we have at WellFit. And you're one of the most loved coach out there. And especially from men members as well, so male members.
Yes.
And I see that many of them, although men tend to be less communicative, so they say less normally, and they don't normally give many comments.
Yes.
But in your case specifically, men are always talking about how amazing you are, and how incredible is the class. And it's really nice to see that many of those male members are talking about how much they are improving in your class, learning techniques. It's not like, I went to a class and it was amazing. It was more of, she's working on my techniques. I'm a much better boxer than how I was, or I'm now at a whole other level. I didn't expect it when I first stepped in that class.
Yes.
And it's really, really heartwarming to see. With all of those amazing comments that you get and your reputation that precedes you in the gym, Was there any instances in your career where someone said something or did something that still sticks in your mind until now?
Let me think. Every now and then you're going to come across with someone who is not going to like you fully, or is not going to like your class, or is not going to like your personality. And for me, it's totally fine. I'm not there to please people. I'm there to coach, be a great human being, respectful, share my passion, my energy, and make sure I did my best, even if I am having tough days on my personal life. Nobody there has nothing to do with this. I go, I deliver, they go home, I go home. Next day, we start all over again. Yes, I have heard hurtful things. I don't like this, I don't like that, whatever. And I went home and I sat with myself and I was like, okay, why is this bothering me? Is bothering me because it's true? Or is bothering me because I'm letting my emotional side speak up rather than my conscience? And actually, because sometimes we have that, we sabotage ourselves. We have that the lack of self-belief sometimes. We have that, how do I call it? The imposter syndrome. Am I good enough? And then you hear someone complaining like, I don't think I'm good enough. I don't know what I'm doing. No. Life will always throw you, some rocks. Up to you to do your head movement, work on it, work on your self-confidence. Again, do that pep talk. Am I really good enough? Am I doing my job right? So, with all due respect, doesn't matter what they say. I don't care. You will always going to come across with people trying to dim your light, trying to cloud your clarity, or, brush it off your great energy. That's just an answer to show you that you are in the right path, you're doing the right thing, and you just have to come stronger. Because to go through those big waves, you're going to have to learn how to swim through them.
Wow. What are the things that keep you going? So what keeps you going as a boxing coach? What is the thing that makes you wake up every single day saying that I will go there and I will do what I love the most?
I know this answer by heart. The way I see them improving, the way I inspire them. When I say that my paycheck is seeing them improving. See them week after week, month after month, they're just in another level. That for me as a coach is like, wow, I completed the game. So I get up, I'm like, hi, I'm so excited. Today I'm coach this, I'm coach that. And I come to class, the class is full, everybody ready, everybody is smiling. And if I say, today we're going to work out for 2 hours, they're like, why not 2 hours and a half? So I couldn't answer that better.
That's amazing. And you talk a lot about how boxing affected you personally in terms of emotionally, and especially with everything that you have gone through. What part of you feel that boxing helped you reclaim? So it was maybe dimmed a little bit, and after boxing, you feel like I'm more me. Like I understood that it reclaimed something in me that was not there before.
When I was going through this anger management in my teenager moment, boxing helped me, starting from there, as I mentioned before. But as the years goes by, when I was around my 23, 24 years old, I got myself in a very toxic relationship with a man. So toxic to the point I was getting beat up by him. So it was very hard for me to find myself as a woman and love myself and understand, is love like this? Is love like seeing my dad leaving my mother? Is love like seeing my family bullying me, or having friends who say they are friends that they actually not acting like it, or having a relationship with someone who says who loves me and it hurts me? So I've been through a lot. A lot. We don't have to go season 3, another podcast to talk about that. And then all the pain I went through when I found boxing, that I don't know, something happened, some magical thing happened. I transformed all that black box of negativity and pain and feeling sorry about myself. And then I just turned into power, into confidence, into empowerment, into lioness. So when you ask me, is the power of being calm and knowing that I can focus and align any sort of problem, whatever it is, emotional, psychological, or physical, boxing will always be there for me at any time, any day, because I can scream, I can punch hard, I can train hard. And in the end of the day, when I finish, when I'm done, I'm like, my problem wasn't even that big. That was all in my mind anyways. Now I'm so tired I can't even think about it. Let's go home, relax, we start again tomorrow. Wow. So yeah, boxing will always save my life. It has saved my life, saved lots of lives out there, because it teaches discipline, commitment, the consistency. You see yourself growing so much as a human being. People come to my class and they claim like, well, look, I used to feel myself very small. I start coming to your class, I walk so tall now. And I'm like, I know. I've been there before.
If you could talk to that younger self, if you can look at yourself when you were in that really low moment and look at yourself now, who you are, how powerful you are, how inspiring you are. Even, honestly, I was really looking forward to have this conversation with you. I've always looked up to you. But now sitting across from you and having this discussion, I'm having goosebumps all the time. Like, wow, like how amazing she is. So the Dayanny of today, if she looks back at that broken girl, what would you tell her?
Everything is going to be all right. You're going to grow up. You're going to impact people's lives. You're going to find the strength within. You're going to find your passion. You're going to go through pain. You're going to go through some sorrows. You're going to have to fall a little. But when you rise, you're going to rise so big that you won't believe how important it was to have the patience to wait where you are now. So just keep going. I'm with you. I'm with you there. When you grow, I will be there to hold your hands and shine as we were born to shine. That she was born to shine. I was born to shine.
I'm not crying at all.
I'm holding myself, not you also, because every time we talk about my inner child or my childhood is something that, it gets me deep.
And to all the girls that are out there passing through something similar, not necessarily the same, how would you explain fighting like a woman or fighting like a girl is? What is it for you now to fight like a girl?
Breaking barriers, huh? It's just breaking taboo. It's just showing the world that female, we're not here to sit and be pretty and things lame or skinny or wear pink or heels. We're here to run the world, like Beyonce said. You know, we're here to fight big battles and break taboo, break some patterns, fall, like I said, fall, get up, fight again, and reach places that people thought that women, female, would never get there. And look at me now, look at you now, look at them now. So I think we are winning big time here. So what I would say to those girls, don't give up. And don't let people dim your light. Don't let people tell you that you're not enough. Don't let people say that you cannot do it. Don't let people show you another path. If your heart says, go, do it, go and do it.
What is your perspective on body shaming and specifically on how the society and media, they put girls into those specific positions of you're too thin, you're too fat, you're too tall, you're too short, you need to be at a specific weight. You should not be laughing too loud. You should not be talking too loud. You should be this and you should be that. You should be feminine, but you cannot be like a man. You should not fight like a man. You shouldn't have too much muscles. To an extent that at some point they were telling me, you should not be lifting this heavy weight because you're gonna look like a man. What is your? I'm really interested to hear what is your perspective on all of that.
I came to break this paradigm. I mean, I'm tall. I don't speak. You see, the tone of my voice is not that feminine. It's a strong, almost male voice, very strong. When I feel like laughing hard, I laugh hard. I laugh loud. I think I'm very unapologetic myself. I don't have to fit in because I don't have to prove and I don't have to please nobody. If I'm happy with myself, the important is, am I a good human being? Yes. Then doesn't matter your body shape. Doesn't matter if you like black or pink. I think we're not here to succeed people's expectation. We're here to be happy with on our own skin.
We're not here to fit a mold.
No, we are not. Enough of this BS of like social media or whatever. Model has to be skinny or a female has to be quiet, and we can make more money than men. We can be stronger than men. We can have more muscles than men. We can be in masculine fields like I am. No. This is longer. This is past. Come on, guys. No. I think females right now, they should embrace and embody their bodies and voices and likes, whatever it is, and just love themselves without hearing the noise outside.
You're talking a lot about being happy with yourself and loving yourself. What does happiness look to you now after everything you've fought for? Because a lot of the times you always say happiness is the key.
Happiness is the key.
And you keep on repeating that all the time.
Yes.
With whatever you do, wherever you are, you say happiness is the key.
Happiness is the key.
What does it look like to you now?
People ask me, what's the key for your happiness? Happiness is the key. Everyone has a key. What's your key? People ask me. My key is gratitude. The more grateful you are, the more blessed will come. And looks cliche saying that. People say gratitude, I'm blessed, hashtag. Look, we have to be very honored by heart. I'm God above everything. I'm very spiritual. I believe in God. I don't have to bring religion here, but I'm very, with everything I've been through, Hiba, if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't even be here to tell this story. So happiness is the key. When my key is gratitude, to be able to go through fire, get out of the fire with some scratch, and still through the fire, I was able to rescue and save some lives, and what I'm still doing now. So happiness is important. Happiness comes from within. Nobody's happy every day. It's impossible to every day come, I'm happy, everything is going well. Because, you need those up and down levels to appreciate when you're happy. When you're sad, you realize, this is not actually my mental state. I don't want to be here. Let's change. What do I have to do? So then find the happiness within. Everyone has their own keys. I find my own. The more I'm grateful, the more I'm respectful and kind and passionate, more God blesses me with everything I have now.
So you feel happiness is your rebellion?
Could be. That could be. I mean,
after everything you've been through.
It is. Because I've been through so much pain. I could choose sadness is the key. Yeah? But I chose the other way around. I could be bitter. I could grow and be like, life is bad. I don't like. Be a negative person. Be a non-sayer, naysayer. I could be just, impact people in a very bad way. And I chose the other way around because I already been through that. I've been through this, this hole where everyone just want to diminish you. And I was like, let me get out of here, find my own happiness, fight my demons, and inspire people that can do the same, they can do the same.
Dai, what is one quote you live by? One quote
I live by. If it's not happiness is the key, I would definitely say, you are not always right and you don't know everything.
Wow.
I say that to myself sometimes when I feel like I have to center myself. And because I'm very strong, I can come across at very strong personality, very strong presence, very strong energy. Sometimes in a conversation or meetings, I will be very assertive. But then I have to remember that, oh, wait a minute, I have 2 years. Let me practice that. Let me listen a little bit more. Let me reflect on that. So I'm not always right, and I don't have the answers for all the questions, So I think when you find that balance of, I know who I am, but I'm also in the process of learning, and I have to be humble, that's the path.
Wow. And how do you feel when a woman comes in your class, she is doubting herself, and you work with her, and she leaves with fire in her eyes? Do you see yourself in those students?
I do.
How does it make you feel?
It reminds me the coach I had, 20 years ago, 23 years ago. The way I talk to my fighters, the way I talk to the members, to my students, is always in an empowerment way. I will never say anything negative like, oh, today you didn't do that good. Never. Never criticize, always encourage. They're going there to try something new, to feel inspired, to feel confident, to feel alive, to feel bright. That's not on me, or it's not my right to change, to flip that to a negative way. No, far away from that. So every time I'm working, especially when I have female in my class, I work with them all the time, very close. I'm like, you're doing great, amazing, do this, do that. Wow, look at you, so strong. I didn't know you were that strong. And they're like, ooh. And then they start realizing, they're like, yeah, actually I am. I'm like, you are. Who told you not? Come on, one more, give me one more punch. Move here, move that, do this. And I started bringing this lioness from them. And then when I realized my class is full of cubs, full of little lions, girls and boys, and I say girls and boys, but, males, females, and all the adults, and even kids. I have kids in my class, and I love working with kids, teenagers, because I feel like if I do the right job with them, with the sport, they're going to be the next generation being a very good human being through the sport, with the discipline and commitment and consistency, for sure.
What is worse? Is it physical pain for you or self-doubt?
Ooh, self-doubt is painful because it's mental. It's very hard to work with the mind. You have to be very strong to tell you otherwise. Sometimes you're going to get up and be like, I don't feel like it. My hair is not helping. I'm not feeling beautiful. I'm not feeling strong. But you're going to have to go through. What are you going to do? You're going to sit in bed and cry and watch Netflix? No, we have to fight. We have monsters to fight against. We have to pay the bills. We have to go and glow, So self-doubt is something that I fight every day, because I will always come across with people trying to tell me that I'm not good enough, and I will show them otherwise.
But do you consider yourself through your journey healing or healed, or you're still fighting?
I'm still fighting, still healing. There is a lot of things about me that needs improvement, for sure. I still make mistakes. I still have parts on me that I need to change. And I'm not ashamed to say that. I have some sort of behaviors that I should be more concerned and actually change and focus on that. But like I said, unapologetic. I love the way I am, even with my mistakes, even being wrong sometimes. It's okay. I mean, I'm a human after all. But I know I'm a good human, so I'm good.
Of course you are.
It's very important. See, I talk about a lot with the emotional state of you being humble and kind. I don't know if you noticed that, but I repeat that all the time. Because when you are a good person by heart, you know that doors will open for you and people will respect you. People will look at you in a different way rather than you come just like cocky, arrogant, or I'm too pretty, I'm too good, I'm too strong, I'm rich or whatever. It doesn't matter if you are, a bad person by heart. It doesn't matter your looks, doesn't matter your pocket. It's just you're not a good person. It's very important to be humble, to be kind. My classes, they get that from me. They see. I always say to them, you guys come to my class, I do only 40%, you guys do the 60%. So see, I don't put myself first. I show you the path and you guys walk through it. Of course, it's important for me to show you the right path, but you are the one doing the walk. So being humble, being kind, and make sure every human being you encounter, you leave a spark, you leave some seasoning of hope, kindness, and empowerment. I think you can go home and sleep well because for sure the blessings is happening throughout the night.
This is amazing because I can see that you took a lot from that coach that you spoke about at the beginning of the session.
Yes.
And I can see that he has been that to you as well.
Yes, he's been my dad.
If you would summarize two things from your dad and the coach who has been there in your life, supporting you in really low moments, and they empowered you to be who you are today.
Yes.
What are two things that you really learned from them?
I would say thank you very much, first of all. Thank you for believing in me, for putting me through this journey. And I'm here. I'm still winning. And thanks to your guidance and your knowledge, I was able to pass that through. I was able to share. And still a lot of work to get done. But if I didn't have met you guys, probably I wouldn't have chosen this path. So thank you very much. That's what I would say to them.
Unfortunately, we have to come to the end of the episode. I can have this conversation with you forever. You're an incredible person, an incredible personality.
So are you. Thank you.
And I prepared like a million questions. Yeah. And throughout this episode, I'm looking and I'm like, no, but I want to know this, but I want to know that. And there's just not enough time.
Just keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
So we're going to come with an episode for sure. There's still a lot to talk about.
Wow.
But I just want to leave that episode by saying that as much as I admired you before that episode starting, now I'm admiring you much more.
Thank you.
Now you're much stronger in my eyes than how you were. And it's just heartwarming to see what women in different fields are capable of.
Yeah.
And how we were used to think of women, or we were told that women need to take less space. They cannot be too much. But look at you.
Yes.
You're amazing. You're kind. You're warm. You're an amazing coach. You're a very emotional person. You're someone who's so strong to talk about everything that you're working on, your traumas. And it's just so heartwarming to see, because yet you're super strong in the gym. You're very powerful. Everyone fears you around you. Even men around you, they fear you. But you're just incredibly kind, and you're a great mother. So for us to meet and discuss all of those points, honestly, for me, it means the world. So thank you so much for coming here. And I just want to leave the episode with you, not with me. I just want you to look at the camera, and I want you to address any girl who has been trying to become stronger, and she has been told she needs to tone it down or not be too much. So just few words to end the episode with you, not me.
First of all, thank you, Hiba. Thank you for all the beautiful, amazing the things you said to me. Empowered me even more to keep up with my journey. And I'm very honored. That's a huge privilege to be here. thank you. It's not easy to share this story and everything, but thanks for the open door. And girls, love yourself, respect yourself, be kind with others, keep following your dreams, be passionate about something, work very hard, and don't let nobody tell you that you're not enough. You are more than enough. You're going to win. You are beautiful, you're gorgeous, and I hope one day you can come to my boxing class. See you soon.